007. I apologize for the lack of a proper suit. My tailor is living on another planet, so to speak. But let's talk about Spectre, shall we? How you doing, everybody? I'm Joe, and today I'm here to talk about the newest James Bond movie, Spectre. Spectre is directed by Sam Mendes, who brought us Jarhead and the last James Bond movie that came out about 3 years ago, Skyfall. And James Bond is discovering a new threat in the form of a powerful organization called Spectre, led by Christoph Waltz's character. Also starring other actors like Ralph Fiennes, Léa Seydoux, and I don't know the name of the actress who plays Moneypenny, but she's in here too, and Ben Whishaw is Q. And as we find out later on throughout the movie, James Bond and this character played by Christoph Waltz, they have a history together, so to speak. And they all have to try to figure out what exactly is his history, why he's going after Bond. Just to give you a little bit of my history with the character of James Bond, I'm not really an avid James Bond fan. I haven't seen too much of James Bond movies. I remember watching a little bit of the Pierce Brosnan Bonds, like Die Another Day, World's Not Enough. They're okay from what I remember. I saw a little bit of Quantum of Solace a couple years ago, and all I really remember is this big giant explosion that looked like Michael Bay walked onto the set. I don't know, it's a weird visual recognition in my mind. But I also really dug Skyfall. That's probably my favorite Bond movie. It's probably the one that I've watched from beginning to end. I need to watch more Bond, I know. That being said though, I am willing to go see a new James Bond movie, and the movie looks pretty good from the trailers, and I do like the character of Bond when he's written well and all that stuff. And every time I saw the trailers in the theater, when I saw another movie, anytime the James Bond theme went da 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 da, I got chills for some reason. It just sounds cool hearing it in the theater. Now, as far as what did I think of this movie, I had a pretty good time with Spectre. I really enjoyed myself. I like Skyfall better, though. I'm just going to get that out of the way. But this one I definitely say is worth your time. It's not a perfect movie, though. There are some things that kind of hold it down a little bit, but let's get to the positives. Daniel Craig as Bond. I don't think I really need to say anything that hasn't been said already. He really loses himself in this role as James Bond. I mean, it fits him perfectly. And I know for other people, it's Pierce Brosnan, others is Sean Connery. When I think of James Bond, I think of Daniel Craig. I mean, he is the Bond. Léa Seydoux, I don't remember the character's name. She's a fine female protagonist, and she really holds her own in this movie, just like she did in Ghost Protocol. And, she's kind of cute. Anyway, the actress who plays Moneypenny, again, I don't remember her name. She's pretty good here, too. She has a little more to do this time than she did in Skyfall. Ralph Fiennes, also known as Lord Voldemort. Since Judi Dench is no longer part of the James Bond franchise, he does a fine job as M. And Christoph Waltz, when he's on screen, but he's barely in it though. As far as the whole look of this movie, it looks really good too, although I did miss some of the visual imagery by Roger Deakins, who was the cinematographer for Skyfall. I don't know who the cinematographer was for Spectre. I mean, the movie looks really nice. I'm not saying it looked bad, but it doesn't have an actual emphasis on color, but it still looks good nonetheless. And some of the action scenes in here are, let's just say, kick-ass. I mean, that opening scene with the helicopter, oh my god, I literally was going, including one where James Bond is flying on a plane above this convoy of cars. That was pretty sweet, which also involves the actor Dave Bautista, known as Drax the Destroyer, who only says one word in this whole movie. He was pretty scary, and whenever he comes on screen against James Bond, I just go, how the hell is he gonna beat this guy? Nobody talks to my friends like that. And also, Ben Wishaw's character, Q, genius. The scenes he has with Daniel Craig is gold. I love those scenes. And there was more of it this time. That was one of the things I didn't really like about Skyfall, is there wasn't enough Q. But when they were on screen together in that movie, it was great. And in this one, they gave him more to do in this one, and I loved that. Ben Whishaw is perfect. Now, all that being said, there are some things wrong with this movie. I mean, it's not like a whole ton. It's not a bad movie by any means. Like, once that opening scene happens with the helicopter, the movie does kind of slow down, and it's kind of slowly builds up its momentum, but maybe about 15 minutes or so, I would say. That's when it starts to really get rolling. I just think maybe if you cut that segment down by about maybe 10 minutes or 7 minutes, it probably would have been a little bit more smoother and a lot more evenly paced. And then there's this subplot about this character called C, who wants to get rid of people like James Bond, like agents who physically go into the field and just use computers to spy on everything. And it's not like a bad thing, but I feel like they put too much emphasis on it. And as far as Christoph Waltz's character, like I said, he's not in it a whole lot, and I was a little disappointed with that. I mean, I won't say specifically, but there was a time where he is introduced, where as you see in the trailers, he's sitting at that table, and then another little while goes by, and then by the time you see him again, you just go, Oh, wow. We haven't seen you for a while. Where the hell have you been? And I also don't like the song Writing on the Wall by Sam Smith. I'm not hating on Sam Smith or anything, and I wasn't expecting Adele to come back and bring Skyfall once again, or sing a new song for this movie. I just missed Adele, and Sam Smith, it was okay. But back to the positives. No spoilers once again, but I do like how this movie connects to the other Daniel Craig Bond movies, like Skyfall, Casino Royale. I've never seen Casino Royale. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me! But I understood the references to that movie and how it all connects together. All in all, I had a really good time with Spectre. Is it a perfect movie? No. But is it good? I'd say it's a little bit better than people are giving it credit for. And for people who are saying it's too formulaic, like the whole shaken not stirred thing, who gives a damn? Seriously, I'm not a huge James Bond fan, but me, I just go, so what? I didn't care that much. But enough of that. What did you guys think of Spectre? Did you like it? You hate it? You think it was okay? Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.